beans, even to family.
Yeah.
And because they were making too much money, they were making good money.
Oh.
Yeah, and like I say, this guy was making so much money, he had to.
It was an obscene amount of money they've made off tobacco.
Well, they had one of the most addictive. Is that me? No, I'm hearing this. Somebody outside of me, but it was. They had one of the most addictive substances known to man, and it was legal. You don't think they had a racket going? My God, look at the money they were making, and even to this day, they export internationally, and I don't think they've got the kind of laws to protect people in China that we have. You know what I mean? So I think probably now you can find advertisement in China that goes on about the healthful benefits.
The doctors say this is a healthy pastime.
Right.
Doctors say.
Right. The health benefits of smoking cigarettes probably are now being.
Well, pharmacologically,
Mm-hmm.
what it does, I don't know if it's the nicotine, but it's something in cigarettes that if you're depressed, it makes you feel better.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're overstimulated and you need to calm down,
it'll
calm you down.
Mm-hmm.
So if they could extract whatever that is.
Well, it's nicotine and it has a lot of bad side effects.
But it's good for that.
Yeah.
I mean, if they could put something else like extract the nicotine and put something in there to make it not be bad for you.
But you know what's better?
But you still get the good stuff.
You know what I have found is better for that than cigarettes?
Tea?
No. Sometimes a little tea is not bad. But meditation. I have found meditation to be better than cigarettes for just exactly what you're talking about.
For if you're overstimulated, do a little meditation.
Or if you're depressed. All that it will help. It will help to ground you and to.
I also find a good brisk walk good for that too.
Particularly if it's a day like the day we had outside today.
Which is beautiful.
Oh God, wasn't it beautiful?
It was beautiful, and when we drove
lot.
to South Carolina, and then we drove to Davidson last week, because of different days, different people were having Thanksgiving. And because of the drought and the fact that we've had a very dry fall and nothing knocking the leaves off the trees, oh my goodness, the foliage was like driving around in a golden mist. It was beautiful.
Down in the flatland, down in the lowlands.
Yeah, anywhere, on the way down to Hendersonville or over on the way to Davidson, especially on the way down to Greenville.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't get over. Even overcast days have been gorgeous.
Yeah,
we've
had a strange weather year, but I tell you, this nice extended fall, that's been a welcome surprise to it all.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's not all bad.
Right, and some of these latter days in the fall have been some of the very best, haven't they? It's been wonderful.
It's just beautiful. Because the sun hits the sky in a different way and makes it real blue.
Mm-hmm.
So then you have the yellow and the red leaves, and you're looking up, the sun's shining through the leaves, and it intensifies the color, and it's contrasting against the dark blue sky. Oh, it's fabulous.
I think that's why we live here, isn't it?
Because it's so beautiful.
Because of these wonderful days that we have here, the weather, and the scenery.
I tell you, I was sitting down in New Orleans 20 years ago, and it was hot as hell all the time, and I'm sweating. Every time you turn around, you're sweating, and you need to change clothes, and I'm going like, I just want to move to the mountains.
You have to have air conditioning.
All the time.
Or a big old fan running right on you.
A fan's not enough.
Just not enough in New Orleans. In the summertime, no.
It makes you crazy. The heat down there will make you just absolutely homicidally crazy.
Okay, now don't blame it on the heat.
Maybe it was my bad marriage that was making me homicidal. And I just thought it was the heat.
Bad marriage. We don't talk about your bad marriage. Oh, wait, never mind. I was going to say try some of this. This is...
Okay, I'll try that next.
Next, let me swap pots on
Okay.
you so you don't grab that
So
one.
you don't want to
Oh.
talk about my bad marriage?
Bad marriage. Yeah, let's talk about your bad marriage.
Well, the thing is, I've tried to be.
Tell us some of the good points of your bad marriage. Some
Well,
of the
I think
high
it's a
points.
challenge to try to be on good terms with your ex-husband. So that's what I tried to do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I'm at. Because it's not all them, even though you'd like to believe that it is. Because I found out after I left my second
It
husband
usually
that
takes two.
he wasn't nearly as messy a person as I thought he was. That I was contributing a lot to the mess in the house. It's like,
But you could.
I thought it was all him.
It was so easy to blame it on him.
Yes, it was.
He was handy, wasn't he?
Yeah, very.
Right. Well, that's very wise of you to have finally noticed that.
Yeah, I noticed that after I left it. It was like, oh, well, he wasn't the reason I was having to put up with this mess all the time.
He went away and the mess didn't leave.
Right. I went away. I ran away from home.
And the mess
And the
followed
mess
you.
came with me. It's like, oh, God.
We should. You should have gone back and apologized.
Oh, no, there was other reasons. There were other reasons.
Oh,
but,
that wasn't all.
But no, that
This is
wasn't
part
all.
of it. Okay.
That was just a mere part of it.
All right. All right. Well, we'll let you
But-
off on that one then.
But we were on good terms until he. What did he do?
Did he
you
call?
know-
Did
you
he
know
call
how
your
it-
audio murky? All right.
Murky audio. What does he mean by that?
All right. From now on, everybody wears lavaliers, and they're going to sound like this. Everybody that speaks has to sound just like that. Lean into the microphone when you talk.
Is that what it is? We're too far away from the mic, and everybody has to have a lavalier.
Lean into the mic.
Is that what it is? Everybody has to have a lavalier in order to be.
Yes, you have to get closer to the microphone now.
So now we have to get Pat to get us some lavaliers.
Well, I've got some. I'm supposed to get that one I gave you, and I've still got to drill some holes and put a wire on it and do some. I'm still supposed to.
Well, I've got one that I bought at Radio Shack that
Yeah.
plugs into that one. I think is omnidirectional. I think it is.
and it will work on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The same way. So maybe you can look at that one and see if
Okay.
you need to.
Does it sound better?
I can't tell because I'm not an audiophile. I don't know. I can't.
You've got ears. That's all. That's the.
Yes, but I noticed that you guys who are really into sound
Uh-huh.
pick up these little nuances that those of us who are very amateur at this don't quite get.
You just don't pay attention to it.
Yeah, you just don't know what to look for.
Like, yeah, I can hear that.
Yeah, I just don't know what to look for. But I did get a fairly decent mic from Radio Shack that might work real well. It plugs right into the top of the Sennheiser
And works.
and works great. Yeah.
Oh, well, then maybe you should use it. Does it require a battery separately, or does it power up?
It comes with its own little battery that
So
you
it
have
has
to turn
have
it on and off.
You have to have a battery.
Mhm,
separate.
I've got it's got a separate battery.
All right. Well, let me see. I'm gonna actually let me see what's going on with our audio for a minute here.
Do an audio check. Audio
Oh.
check.
I'm gonna bring up the. I'm gonna bring up a little bit of. This is one of my favorite Bach pieces running right now. And we're just gonna listen to a little music for a moment. Now that
And so now that he doesn't have. Anyway, so apparently with hyperbaric oxygen therapy and long-term brain damage, there can be some improvement.
Okay.
Maybe even only 5%.
But
Because they say that there's some blood vessels around the damaged area that are there that were not killed off.
Exactly.
But are just kind of sleeping or not functioning to their potential, that apparently the hyperbaric oxygen therapy helps.
Okay, it's certainly worth a try.
It's certainly worth a try. And so Dr. Biddle has two hyperbaric chambers. One that you go to the office, and one you can take home.
It looks like a blow-up thing. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
you could probably do the same thing with those things you jump in and they've got balls in them and stuff or something, and you jump in, it's plastic and it blows up. You could probably put a bunch of people in one of those.
Well, does it pressurize down like the HBOT chamber does?
Pressurize down.
Well, whatever it does, I don't know. What changes the pressure so that it goes into your system.
Yeah.
So, well, anyway.
Just getting a big plastic bag with a tank of oxygen in.
Blow into the oxygen and put the oxygen bag. How would you do that to get the pressure up?
Well, just seal off the bag and open up the oxygen tank and blow it up like a balloon,
Well, the questionable thing is the fee.
I understand it's rather high. I've been told this from other sources that it gets to be rather high.
Well, so I'm looking on the internet.
Did you find one on the internet?
You can order them off of the internet, and they'll ship them to your house for you to keep
go.
for a month or two.
Do it.
Or you can buy them for $17,000.
That's too much.
But you can order a chamber to come to your house and get in there.
Right, and try it. Right.
And now Herb needs it for some long-term brain damage. But it also supposedly, it's kind of like supposedly, we have a mad scientist here. Well, supposedly it's effective for autism. I know it's effective for wounds that won't heal because they use it in Brazil.
Okay.
So I know that I know people who've gone down there for surgery and they've had wounds that incisions that opened up and wouldn't heal, and they put them in the chamber. It's also good for lower extremities when you're diabetic. if you have like an infection happen.
Then your feet and things like that. Mhm.
Lower extremities, yeah.
All right.
Because diabetics, a diabetic can get a blister
Mhm.
and not realize it because they don't have a lot of sensation down
That's
there.
right. Mhm.
And wake up one day and they've got a foot the size of an elephant's
Got
foot.
a problem, yeah.
And
Mhm.
you know, the
Well, how much are they on the internet for that?
it seems to me like it's about $1,700 or $2,000 for having it for maybe a month or maybe a month. I'm not quite sure.
It's still fairly expensive, but if you get one, if y'all get one, let me know so I can go over and check it out, and then we will make our own. You know, we'll get the details.
Yeah, because he's the only person in town who's got one,
Mm-hmm.
besides probably Mission, which theirs would be really expensive.
I imagine we could make up an economy model just for our own uses and stuff.
Well, heck, just for hanging out in the oxygen chamber and feeling good.
Maybe we could even make group oxygen chambers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have oxygen bars.
Well,
and things
that's
like that.
what in.
Hey, good.
Okay, so in Brazil they have where you go and there's like 10 people in the room, and then they had this huge oxygen chamber.
You want me to sit over there?
Mm-mm.
Over here?
Oh no, yeah. Well, no, yeah, over there.
Over there?
Yeah.
Well, make up your cotton, making mine.
Well, I don't know. You know how it is. It takes.
Did you hear about our
It
review?
takes.
Our
Both of y'all
supposed
slide down this.
deadline.
Both of y'all slide down this way a little bit and get closer to the table and down this way.
All right.
Down this
Okay.
way. And we'll
All
get
right.
you on the shop.
Well, yeah, we'll all get close. We're all family anyway.
Yeah. Oh, were you watching earlier when I said I hoped you came by or not?
I was watching, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I sure was. I had to turn it off, though.
Have you been listening to our riveting
No,
conversation?
I had to turn it off, unfortunately. Is this a review about us or
It's about your TV.
about your TV? No, I haven't seen
But
that,
we're
but I will
included
We're
read
in
it.
there.
mentioned. We get a mention. We get
We
mentioned.
do?
Yes, we do.
Let's see, the mad scientist
Uh-huh.
and his friends at a weekly tea parties.
Uh-huh.
Well, isn't that something?
And my
Rambling conversations with
and-
like any
and-
particular topic.
and murky audio.
It's,
And murky audio and rambling.
it's easy to pick apart these amateur productions.
Yeah, right. I beg your amateur production. I don't.
We're just not slick.
I don't know
That
that.
doesn't mean we're amateur.
I don't know that this
slick.
man has served tea on live television before. You know what I mean? I'm
realize the
calling him out. I'm
intricacies.
saying, come on, you think you can do
Thinking
better?
inside the box. I think we're more thinking outside the box instead of inside the box, don't you? I mean, maybe that's just the name he's calling.
I think he's like the television is the box. Okay,
yeah.
look at this one first.
Okay,
Look
I
at what
said
that
that,
is.
but there's
Really
none left.
delicious.
No, there's
It's
just a little
bit.
enough for a taste is left, and we saved it for like the next guest. That's you.
Taste. Okay.
Yeah, and you can have a taste of what it's like. It's a jasmine tea, and
Okay.
it tastes like flowers.
Okay.
Mindy, did you get my email or my message?
I did. I sent you a message back.
I didn't get it.
I sent it through.
Gmail?
No, I sent it through the
Through
system,
the thing?
Through the
Oh,
phone.
okay. Well, maybe it's there and I haven't found it. It was about
tastes like I'm
cooperating on
eating
that
a
New
dandelion.
Orleans thing, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. I'd be happy to do that.
I think that would be
It
something
tastes like
that-
I'm drinking a dandelion or something.
It's sort of like that.
dandelion wine.
Okay, and we got
already
we
drank
got
this
the robe in
jasmine,
here,
little jasmine flowers
and
in there.
and we've got this. We've got
So is that what it tastes like to be a bee?
yeah. If
Or a fairy.
I want my. Is there any original smoked tea here?
I think this is smoke.
Okay,
So,
good.
taste the touch
this
of that.
is
and
this
see
is cold here. This is very cold.
I know it, but see, taste just a taste and see if it's smoke.
That's it.
Okay, that's what I thought.
That is my favorite tea. I mean, I'm
Sometimes
telling you that.
I sometimes forget between the time I buy it and the time I get it here, which one it was. You know what I mean? But that's what I thought was the original stuff.
That's awesome. I would love to do that.
Yeah, that would be good.
I really would. And I
Because I've got a
understand.
good 2 hours.
Now, what
and
you
it
got
could
him
be
doing?
broken. I've got some good New Orleans footage.
Oh.
He's got some good New Orleans footage.
Oh, put them together.
I think that
and-
we
and
should
work together
we
on-
should work together and do a collaboration.
Wow, that'd be
I'm going to be going back down there and after
more.
Christmas, and I'm going to get more footage. I'm going to talk to
All
more
right.
people.
Okay.
I
Okay,
really
so-
want to put together a documentary. I'd like to put together a documentary that could hit at least the amateur big screen. I really would. You know, like
Hand me that little jar.
this.
I'm
You
gonna
know,
drain
a whole. What's his name? The big guy.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm talking about.
Right. Michael Moore.
Michael Moore. Yeah, a whole Michael Moore documentary about it. You know, before he does. Or has he already? He hasn't already, has he? No.
Anyway, I know that I have dragged my feet for a while, but now other things in my life are settling down enough that I can focus.
Yeah,
on
you're ready for the DVDs, I guess. You got the graphics together or whatever.
with the and
Or CDs. It's the
CDs.
CD, yeah.
Now, okay, that's another thing I was going to ask you. Do you make DVs and
I do both.
I figured both. And what I was wondering is, are there any particular programs that you use to design the graphics with? You see what I mean?
I like to design with Paint Shop.
Because I assumed
Not Paint Shop Pro. Photoshop.
Photoshop.
Photoshop CS.
But there are specific dimensions and things like that, and I assumed also that your discs spin and print as they spin
Right.
and stuff like that, and I didn't know if there were special programs necessary for that, or if some came with your printer or something like that. You know.
No, there's no special program. Just I basically just put a GIF file. If you can get it to me in a PSD, then I can size it down. If you'll make it like 1500 by 1500,
Tell me what a PSD
that's a
stands.
Photoshop
Oh,
document.
PS.
PSD.
Okay,
Yeah.
just make it in Photoshop.
Like
If
1500
I
by
have
1500.
Photoshop.
If you don't, then just make it like 1500 by 1500 anyway. And I size it down. I think it goes to like 1150 by 1100. It's not exactly square, for whatever reason.
Okay. Now, are you talking about labels for a jewel box?
The jewel box.
Okay.
You do want the whole jewel box and everything, right?
Well,
Or
whatever
do you
you-
want to just do a DVD like or a
Whatever
CD like that?
whatever you're willing to go for. It dawned on me. At first, I wasn't even thinking that you were talking about a jewel box.
Yeah,
And as
I was
thought
going to
about
completely
it,
package them. You hand me the cards, and I'll put the cards in it and shrink wrap them and everything, and they're ready just to hand out.
Mhm.
Because I want it to look professional. Because I would like to be able to put on there that I did it and they
Absolutely.
contact me to
Yeah, so you'll advertise on it the same as I will.
right. Just
Right.
on the back of the jewel case. On the front, we can put a nice
Absolutely.
picture, and on the back we can put like whoever's credits. Like
Uh-huh.
if you want to add "This is my band" on the back. Actually, you don't even need a business card if you want to do it that way. If we're going to do a jewel case.
We should. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Is that we should just duplicate the business cards.
We just do Mount Dungeon. This is my band, Caffeine, Poor Brothers Productions, which is me doing the duplication, and then whatever you want down there, and or whatever you want.
Uh-huh.
And on the front, we'll just have a nice big picture with the name of the CD that's inside of it, and bam,
Okay.
we'll package it up. And,
All right. Well, do you want to do the back cover? You know what
I
I
can
mean?
do the back cover, yeah.
And I'll do the front
And
cover.
you do the
or
front
something.
cover, and you do the CD printer, the print that's going to go on the CD as well.
Uh-huh.
Unless you just want a name on the CD, with a runtime or whatever,
Uh-huh.
name of the songs, track number.
Uh-huh.
If you just want it basic like that, that's fine too. I mean, I can do full color, or we can just do just black print on it.
Uh-huh.
And I can do silver DVD or CDs like that, or I've got both. I've got silver CDs. Do I have silver CDs? I don't think I've got silver CDs. I may only have the white ones.
Uh-huh. All right, they're better.
I think I've only got the white ones. Definitely got the silver DVDs. I think I just ran out of the silver CDs. I mean, I can order more, but
Yeah.
it's just what I've got on hand is the white.
White ones are better. Actually,
Yeah.
they actually have an extra layer of
Yeah,
stuff on them that actually protects them and makes them last a little longer.
yeah. Yeah, well, okay.
So, all right. Well, we'll do that.
And make that also about 1500 by 1500. I can shrink it down. I think it ends up being 8 by 8. 800 by 800, I think. But just make it 15 by 15.
Do me a favor and email me, because I know you have my email, and put all the pertinent information in the email so that I'll look at it and I'll understand. I mean, I could write that down now, 1500 by
Yeah,
1500.
just remember both of them,
But-
1500 by 1500.
But what are that's 1500 pixels by 1500 pixels?
Yeah, just make it
Is that
square,
like
but then imagine it being round. You know what I'm saying? But just make it square. In other words, the 1500 by 1500 would be like that case, the whole case.
Right.
But then it's got to
Have
be
to
rounded
make a
out.
circle
Yeah,
thing
exactly.
inside of it.
Exactly.
So that's going to give you a really high resolution. Is that
Oh, yeah.
what you're saying?
That's why I'm saying that.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you
Because
had,
that's a real high
and I think you
resolution
should
it's
have,
talking
if you
about.
don't have, sort of pre-made up templates.
I do have some pre-made up templates, but I don't know what you're using. I've got them for Word, and I've got them for Photoshop, and I've got them for Paint Shop Pro, and some other program. Why don't I just email you some templates then?
Do that. And if I don't have the program, I'll get one, whatever.
Because I mean, it's
it
just
is.
as easy for me to, if you just want to make it. That's why I was thinking, if you just want to make it 15 by 15, it's just as easy for me just to slap it on that template and just let it cut itself out. You know, but then it may cut into your words. But if I have the PSD file, I can shrink the words and stuff. See.
Uh-huh.
But if you prefer, I'll get you the templates.
Okay. Well, you had said I should do the artwork, you know, and stuff, and I had.
I would like for you to. Yeah.
And I had shirked doing that, and I've shirked making up any more of these because I was having so much trouble with my computer that I eventually turned around and formatted my hard drive, took it down to scratch, and started bringing it back up.
Okay.
And which has been a long, crazy process.
What do you want for a first run? Like 25, 50? What do you want?
Well, I would say 25 would be short. I would think 50 would be
50?
better. Is
Okay.
that okay with you?
That's fine with me.
Because
That's fine.
if I actually hand them out to people that
I mean, we'll go 100 if you want to, but I was just
if
thinking.
I hand them out to everybody that comes to the tea party. Now, I think we should say something on this is I got this because I was a tea party virgin.
Okay,
you
you
know,
can put
people-
that on the front if you want.
Well, I don't know about on the front, but somewhere inside.
Okay.
You know, because we'll give them to everybody who hadn't gotten one. You know what I mean? So that'll be eventually that's going to be just new people. You know.
I'm a TPV.
Just say that. I got this for being a Tea Party virgin. I used to be a Tea Party virgin. And they could leave that sitting around their house and let people figure out what does that mean. You know. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Right, and you can obviously advertise boldly on it. You know. So, well, isn't that a fancy pot of tea, though?
That is. It looked really good on TV.
Oh, you saw it, and it did look good on TV.
It looked really good on TV.
Oh, good. It actually.
Yeah, I have to go get some of that.
Mm-hmm. Now, did you actually pick that flower, or did you buy that
No.
at the store? Or?
I
This